Well, welcome to my channel. My name is Sandy. The name of my channel is Let's Get Fit with Sandy. I am on a weight loss journey. I am following Weight Watchers on the blue plan. I have tried the green plan and the purple plan. The purple plan gave me too much leeway, and the green plan, I'll be honest with you, is just too much work for me. So I'm sticking with the blue plan. I have been a member of Weight Watchers since December 30th, 2016, and I have lost a total of 90.6 pounds. I still have, according to Weight Watchers, another 55 pounds to go. So stay with me, subscribe, stay with me on my journey. But I'd like to thank Heather over at Heather Rose Up for asking me to be part of this collab, my 5 top WW meals that I would have put my family, but it's just Jim and I. My husband's name is Jim, and we're both we're retired, but Jim retired too early, and he got bored very easily. So now he's back working part-time as a part-time custodian for the school district. But Jim is not a member of Weight Watchers or WW, which makes it sometimes a little difficult to plan meals. But I am a mother of 3. I have 2 boys and a girl, and I have 5 grandchildren. I have 3 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. I used to have family meals every week, and I tried to incorporate somewhat of the Weight Watcher meals with my family, but because of the pandemic going on, I have not seen my family since the end of February. Not to say that I haven't seen them, but they haven't been over for dinner or things like that. I mean, we FaceTime and things like that because it's a whole new world. It's just a whole new world. But once again, Heather Rose Up, I'm going to leave a link to her channel down below. Also, I'm going to leave a link to everyone else that's part of this collab. Go check them out. I think I watch every one of the channels that are going to be listed, and they all give good content, and you won't be disappointed. So let's get started with my 5 top favorite. I am not going to actually demonstrate the meals that I'm going to show you, but I have done cook with me's on them, so I'll leave the links down below, and you can go onto the link to see if it's a recipe that you're interested in. And in my description box, for the most part, I think the cookie recipe, I don't have the ingredients listed, but for the most part, I have the ingredients listed and how to do it. But like I said, Jim is not on Weight Watchers. Jim needs to lose weight. He knows he needs to lose weight. He wants to lose weight, but he doesn't want to do what you need to do to lose weight. Jim does not eat any fruits or vegetables of any kind, so it makes it a little bit difficult. So my first suggestion is, if you have someone that's not a vegetable eater, just don't buy the canned portion, the canned vegetables, unless you think that you're going to eat the whole can of the vegetable, or you're going to be able to store it in your refrigerator for a day or 2. I'm a big, I have a lot of frozen vegetables that I use, because then I can portion out what I need to use. And I also, I do eat fresh vegetables, because I like to snack on fresh vegetables. So every once in a while, I will cook my, like my broccoli and the cauliflower that I have fresh in the refrigerator. But for the most part, I pretty much stick to vegetables, because when my kids were growing up, the very first thing they learned how to eat was a vegetable, because we have at all of our meals at least 3 vegetables to kind of as side dishes on the thing. But anyway, our main go-to meal, which is a very low point meal on the blue plan, chicken, is 0 points. The chicken I use, that I make, actually turns out to be 3 points, because I marinate it. Well, I don't need so much marinated. I cook with Italian dressing on it and breadcrumbs, which makes it a 3-point chicken. You can probably still do the chicken recipe if you just don't put that other ingredients on, and it would be a 0 point. But I consider it a 3-point chicken dinner. And I always make extra chicken, because then the next day I can have the extra chicken breast. I can cut it up and put it on a salad. I can make a chicken pot pie with it. I can just eat cold piece of chicken. I can make a chicken sandwich. I can make a chicken wrap. There's so many things you can do with chicken. Jim doesn't like chicken breasts, so he eats the drumsticks, which are a little bit higher in points. I don't know how many points there are, because I don't eat the chicken legs. But he doesn't mind chicken. So we'll usually have chicken and a baked potato. So it ends up being right around, for me, a 10-point dinner, because I count 5 points for the potato. I do put like a tablespoon of sour cream on it, and I use full fat sour cream. I use the points, which is another 2 points, and then my chicken is usually 3 points. So it's a 10 point, and then I have my vegetables, which are 0, and maybe a cup of tea or iced tea or something like that for my dinner. So I have like a 10-point dinner. So that might be my first choice with the chicken. Also, what I do with the chicken when I have some of the chicken left is the next day I make a chicken quesadilla, which is 7 points. Now the reason that's a little bit higher in points is because with the wrap that you're going to use 2 wraps. I use the Extreme Wellness wrap, which are only 1 point each, and I like a top and a bottom. But you're going to have the cheese and different things like that, which is going to add it up for the points. But even Jim will eat this meal. So I have to arrange my meals because I am going to eat Weight Watcher style, and I have to kind of adjust it somewhat for Jim. I don't have to adjust this because he'll eat the chicken quesadilla just like it is. He doesn't have a problem with that. Also, another thing that we like to have is chili. Jim actually was surprised how much he liked the chili because Jim does not like refried beans at all. And the chili recipe calls for refried beans. And we make a pretty good pot of chili. And I measure out a cup. Now I know a couple of my subscribers have made it, and they said they didn't get as many cups out of it as I did. The only thing I can think of is I like my meat in my chili chunky. So I don't grind it up, or not grind it up, but like when I'm baking it, when I'm frying it, I don't get it really small portions. I leave them in like bigger chunks. As a joke, when I had, my kids always wanted meatballs, and I don't make meatballs. I just make horrible meatballs. So if we were eating spaghetti and they got like a big chunk of meat, they always used to joke, "Oh, I got a meatball." So that's the only thing I can think of is that my chili is like chunkier meat, and that's why I get a little bit more portion sizes. But just readjust the recipe according to what you want to do. It freezes really well. The chicken quesadillas, I was surprised, they froze really well too. I put those in the freezer. I never really was a big freezer user, but I'm turning that way now with this pandemic going on, especially since Jim doesn't follow the Weight Watcher program. It's kind of hard to cook for just one person, but it can be done. Just portion your sizes out. And another lesson I learned is label your stuff in the freezer. I, for the longest time, didn't label my stuff in the freezer, so when I would take things out to thaw, it was a surprise when I had dinner, but now I don't have that surprise anymore. Another thing that Jim does like, which I am surprised, is I make a 4-point pasta salad. And it's just like a little side dish. Jim will have like hot dogs with it. I might have like a piece of chicken. Once again, chicken. I have a lot of chicken, baked chicken with it. And Jim likes it. And that's the way I can sneak in a couple of vegetables because there's some onions and tomatoes. And I think I put celery in it too. But he likes it, so he'll have that as a side dish along with a hamburger. Sometimes we'll just have sandwiches for dinner, and we'll just have the pasta salad as the side dish part of that. And then the last thing that I like to make, which I made at Christmas time, was a chocolate drop cookie with a Hershey Kiss on top. It's a 3-point cookie, but it is really, really good. It just really satisfies you. I am a sucker for home-baked cookies. I really am. But this one really hits the spot. And you could really make it less points if you didn't put the Hershey Kiss on top. You can make it 2 points, but let's face it, the whole point of the chocolate cookie is the Hershey Kiss. So, because the Hershey Kiss is 1 point. But that's like rounds off our meals, to just have some cookies for dessert. It really, and Jim scarfs them down. I didn't even tell him it was a Weight Watcher recipe before he tried them, and he loves them. So he'll always say, "Are you going to make any more of those chocolate cookies?" So... But those are my top 5 choices. Once again, I'll leave a link to the videos down below if you want to check out any of the recipes. I'm also going to leave links to everybody's channel so you can check them out too. I'd like to thank Heather Rose again for asking me to be part of this collab. I'm really looking forward to see what other people's top 5 favorites are, because I'm betting they're going to be a little bit different than mine. According to her, you could have done anything, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I pretty much concentrated on dinner and snacks, or cookies being the snack. But I don't think you'll be disappointed if you check out everybody else's channel. And so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. And once again, thank you, Heather. Thank you for including me. That's Heather Rose Up. So I'll talk to you guys on my daily vlog. So please subscribe so you can be part of my journey.